Home Alone 2 takes the idea from the first movie up to fucking 11. Like, here's the plot for this movie. In the first movie, they lost his ticket, they overslept, and he was in the attic and he overslept too. He somehow didn't hear them in the house, and they ended up leaving him behind. And realizing once they were on the flight that they left him behind. In this movie, they oversleep again. It's kind of a funny thing. Like, you think they're gonna leave Kevin behind the exact same way, which would definitely be the usual thing that would happen in a sequel because they're usually cash grabs. So it'd definitely be a very lazy thing. But nope, Kevin makes it into the car. And the only reason he gets separated, for some fucking reason, instead of waiting until he's on the plane, he has this camera thing that he's now using in this movie where he records stuff and plays it back. He like really likes that for some reason. His mom's talking to him. He records himself saying yes, and then he plays it back, and that's how that's established. Well, anyways, it's dead or something, so he stops to put batteries in it while also kind of walking, not running anymore, but walking. So I guess he doesn't drop the camera. And then, eventually, he follows someone that is wearing a similar coat onto the flight, and that makes him get on the wrong flight. And now he's in New York when his family is in Florida. And they actually have Marv and the other dude that's played by Joe Pepsi, or Pesci, however you say it. Um, they have them on pretty early on attacking Kevin because, they know him now. So that is a more interesting thing. There's a very weird joke for a kid's movie, and that is the fact that Marv bumps into this girl. He thinks she likes him, but she's obviously kind of weirded out by him. So eventually he runs into her again, and to get away from them, Kevin touches her ass and blames them for it. So he, like, as a little kid, he didn't mean it that way, but that's like sexual assault. And she's just pushing it on to the fucking adults. Definitely a very different thing in a kid's movie. They have 2 cuss words in this movie once again, where Kevin actually says the exact same thing that he said in the first movie and says ass again. Buzz does not get a cuss word in this movie, though he almost does say shit, but he stops himself. And the dad says damn it. I just like pointing that out in, kids' movies. Eventually, he goes shopping. He gets some stuff. He finds out that all the money that's being made on Christmas is going to go to a hospital so kids in the hospital can get toys or whatever. So he decides he has to defend it. So it's basically the same thing of the first movie. Like, he has to defend his home, but in this one, he has to defend the store. So he defends the store, and, he lures them to his dad's brother's house that's being however you say it, renovated. Yeah, there we go, renovated. And he gets way more fucking brutal in this movie. Of course, it was still pretty brutal in the movie. He burnt the dude's hand. He put a spider on his face. He made them trip. He hit him with bowling balls. But it is nowhere near as brutal as this movie. He throws bricks at their fucking skulls multiple times. He sets their head on fire. He does absolutely crazy shit. Everything was very brutal. I think one of them spit a tooth out at one scene. And, he pushes this giant thing down the stairs that squashes them. It's just dialed up to fucking 11. I think every trap in this movie was pretty brutal. Um, definitely something else. And then, they say like so many times that they're going to kill him. They never said that in the first movie. They were just, trying to deal with him. He was an annoyance. They were trying to outsmart him, but they couldn't. And, that was about it. They should have been trying to rob the place now that they were inside, but for whatever reason, they took a fascination to harassing the kid. In this movie, they just straight up want revenge. They kidnap him. They say they're going to kill him. Absolutely crazy. They tell him his whole plan for whatever reason about robbing the place, which he does record. And, yeah. So, but they like straight up said they're going to kill him so many times. And then there's one kind of dark joke like I definitely know I missed as a kid when Joe once again says he's going to kill him. But this time he says, I don't care if I get the chair for this. I'm going to kill him. Which is definitely a darker joke to make in the movie. Then he also has them climbing down a rope down the building, and he sets it on fire while they're on it. He's just insane in this movie. I will say that Buzz also had like a massive growth spurt, and this movie only came out like 2 years later. He looks way older, and he's definitely way taller. It's a pretty good sequel. Eventually, they have like a sweet moment of Kevin giving a dove to this homeless woman, which it symbolizes two things because the owner said that he needed to give one of the doves because he gave him two to someone that was really special to him. And he kind of had a bond with this old woman now, so he gives her a dove. And then the others, she really likes birds and pigeons. So, it's pretty obvious why it was given to her too. But he has this expensive hotel room now, and he doesn't offer her a shower or something. You think that would be nice. I know he's a little kid, so I get why he didn't do it. But you think he would have mentioned her to his family or something, but no. He just gives her a dove. And yeah, that's really about it for Home Alone 2. And then they made 4 more with none of the original actors. Unless you count the 6th one with a surprise appearance from Buzz. And then he had some controversies that I don't even remember what he did, but I'm pretty sure it was bad. And yeah, that was it.